Feel going into camp that you're sort of the number one catcher on the team, and does it change how you're looking at things?
Yeah, I don't think it changes anything. I think everybody goes in thinking they're the number one guy. I think Cisco thinks that way. I think Wins, Audrey Perez. I think Rickard goes in thinking he's the number one outfielder. So it doesn't change what we try and do our preparation. You just feel excited about what's could possibly happen and work hard the off season and see what happens in spring.
Caleb, going back to last September, what did you see from Chance behind the plate, and how close is he in your mind to being a big league catcher defensively?
Yeah, he looked good. He's I haven't had a lot of experience actually with him in a couple years in spring, but those games are kind of, it's late in the game sometimes, and he looked good. He looked calm and composed, and that's something that's really tough as a young catcher, especially in the East. Things can start speeding up really quickly, and it seemed like he had slowed it down. Looked good with the bat as well, so I think Oriole fans have something to be really excited about with Chance.
Caleb, knowing you're the starter, is there anything, what would you think you'd have to do to fill out playing 150 games? I mean, would you have to improve yourself defensively? Do you want to hit better? What do you look at personally?
Yeah, I mean, I think all athletes are trying to get better. I mean, I think LeBron tries to get better, and Kobe was trying to get better, and Wayne Gretzky. I mean, we're always trying to get better. So, I mean, obviously, I'd like to hit 300 with 30 homers and drive in 100 runs. Like, yeah, why isn't that the goal? Sure. I mean, let's go after it. Let's try and get it. So, defensively, I want to throw every single runner out. I want to block every single pitch. Those are the goals. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but I mean, that really is the goal each and every year. And so, yeah, I think last year was a big year coming off of a historically bad season. I think it was good to regain that trust. And so, if you look over the course of my major league career, I've been pretty consistent when given certain opportunities. So that's what I think I'm most proud about. And if I'm given that opportunity, I think you can pretty much know what you're going to get out of me. I think that's important.
What did you do in the offseason to get better?
I took about 6 million swings. I mean, a lot of it, I felt like I was ready going into that last offseason, but timing is such a unique thing. It's hard to replicate game timing in the cage with a machine, stuff like that. But there was a lot of stuff mentally that you had to kind of iron out, because there's some self-doubt there that starts creeping in. I mean, it's historically bad. It wasn't just like, oh, he had a rough patch. No, I mean, it was bad. So I had to get back on the horse, find stuff that I thought would work, and it did. Become confident, and then try and just build on confidence. And luckily, Buck was able to, keep the flow of things in there good. And so I felt really comfortable with the amount of playing time I was getting, and felt like I could continue to produce. So.
With Austin's reputation being that he's more defensively developed and chances that he's more offensively, how do those play against each other in a spring training environment? Like, is that a weird dynamic that the organization's going to have to look at?
Yeah, I think they both can do both, right? I mean, people didn't think I could play defense up here. So, and look, now everybody wants to talk about my hitting, So, who knows, right? I mean, we just don't know in this game. There's so many unknowns. Guys can develop late. They can pick up things late. It's great that they both bring dynamics that are known, but I think I'm more interested in the unknown. Why is this unknown, and can we help fix this? Or that's what they did with me, so why can't we do that with them? We have John Russell, he's one of the best in the business. Don Warner, one of the best in the business. And these guys, I mean, look, there may not be another team in the MLB that has 3 catchers on the roster that are all homegrown guys. Maybe not. It's hard to do. So we're really proud of that, and we feel like we can develop guys. So I think we should be able to help each and every guy. They help me, so let's do it.
How much has this offseason kind of helped refresh and gain your confidence, kind of get rid of that self-doubt you had leaving last season?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, this time last year I was not nervous, but I mean, you just never know what can happen. I mean, like I said, it was historically bad. This season, you're not comfortable. I mean, I will never be comfortable. This is my 11th season with the Orioles. 11. It's pretty cool. I was thinking about it last night in the hotel room, and I thought every single spring training that I've come to, I've still felt uneasy. And I think that's a good thing. I think there's a lot of drive and desire in there. And but this year, I'm not necessarily worried that I'm not going to make the team. Does that make sense? Last year, you're still, but now it's like I got something extra to push forward, you know. So let's go get after it. And I feel really good. So we'll see. See what happens.
Has it been an antsy offseason waiting to see how this rotation is going to fill out and not being able to prepare mentally who's going to be out there?
I think it's been antsy for about 30 teams too, right? I mean, there's 100+ guys left. So luckily we've got our hand in a lot of guys still. But yeah, you're getting to the point where it's like you just kind of want to know what you're getting. I think everybody feels that way. But I know Dan's in there working hard and bucking them, so we'll know when we know, right? It's what they say. So,
as you said, Caleb, they helped me, a guy like Matt, when you were inexperienced at the major league level. Now you could head north with a guy with you who is in the same boat. How can you help? Would you embrace that kind of role?
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest compliments I've ever been paid was this past offseason when Mancini said some really nice things about me, and I still owe him that $100 that I told him I'd pay him, when he said that. But that's the kind of reputation that makes me feel better than the accolades and the stuff, because I feel like Trey will remember that long after we've played and the games are over. So to have that opportunity like Matt was to me, and even John Russell and Don Warner, to hopefully be that to these young guys. It's really important. It's a big responsibility. I feel that's heavier than producing on the field, if that makes sense. I feel like that's a huge responsibility and a huge honor. So 5 years ago I was in the opposite foot, so now it feels good. It really feels good, to be honest with you. So I'm excited about it.
And mentioned you wanted to get the pitching staff together by about March 1st, 4 or 5 weeks out of opening day. Does that give you enough time to get on the same page with a lot of those starters?
Yeah, we'll see, right? I mean, we've had guys traded. Andrew Miller was traded in the middle of the season last year, and we found a way to make it work. You just have to be open and honest with those guys and try and learn them as fast as possible. Of course, you want as much time as possible, but if that doesn't create the opportunity, then we've got to adjust. And it's not a crutch, it's not an excuse. We can make it happen, but there's nothing like game reps and game simulation that adds to that trust factor and all that preparation. So yeah, we're gonna, as soon as they get ready and they're ready to go, we will go in as hard as we can and try and learn them as fast as we can as a catcher.